This is this is a recap of our lesson 4.6. Additional examples. This is from the lesson. Some of you got to this in class, some of you didn't. So this is this lesson 4.6 from the previous class. Here's the first page. Multiplying and dividing fractions with mixed numbers. So there's a couple ways to do all these problems. I'm going to do it kind of the long way and then the short way so you can see both. First, we're going to see this as improper fractions. So here I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I have 11 11s plus another 11 11s plus 1, 2, 3. So technically that's going to be 22 plus 3. So I have 25 11ths. This is 11 11s plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's going to be 19 11ths. And since the denominators are the same, you don't have to worry about a tiny home or an LCD. You just add straight across. So we're going to go 25 and 19. 14, carry the 1. And that's going to be 44. That's going to be 44 11ths. But 11 goes into 44 4 times, and you're done. Then there is using whole numbers. Instead of seeing that as 11 11ths, that's one whole number, one whole number. So this is going to be 2 and 3 11ths and 1 and 8 11ths. For this one, you just first you add the whole numbers. That's 3. Then I'm going to add the fraction part, and that's 11 over 11. But 11 over 11 is just 1. So that becomes 3 plus 1, which is 4. Same thing. Down here, we're going to do it again as improper fractions first. 3, 4, 5. We have 6, 6 plus 1. That's going to be 7, 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's going to be 9 plus 2. That's 11 thirds. Now notice your denominators are different. So you need to get a tiny home. What do they both go into? They both go into 6. 6 goes into 6 one time. So this stays 7, 6. 3 goes into 6 twice. So this becomes 22 over 6. Like denominators, now you just add. You have 29 over 6. Change it to a mixed number so you can see the answer. 6 goes into 29 4 times, which is 24, and with 5 left over. So it's going to be 4 and 5, 6. The mixed number, this is one whole, one whole, one whole, one whole, one whole. So this is 1 and 1/6. This is 3 and 2/3. So first you just add. That's going to be 4. And then we are adding 1/6 and 2/3. You have to do your tiny home of 6. That stays 1/6. 3 goes in there twice. This is 4, 6, which is 5, 6. So it is 4 and 5, 6. This one we're subtracting, not adding, we're subtracting. And so we're going to do it in proper fractions first. And this is 6 and 2. That's going to be 8, 6. And that's 8 and 8. That's 16 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 16 plus 5. This is going to be 21 eighths. You have to try and find your tiny home here because the denominators are different. What does both 6 and 8 go into? The smallest number possible. It's going to be 24. 6 goes into 24 4 times. 4 times 8. That is 32 over 24. It goes in there 3 times. And that is going to be 63 over 24. Then you basically subtract and give you a visual of what that looks like. Here's 0. 32 is positive, so we're up here at 32. And then we go down 63. And the question is, where would you be? So you can see this is a subtraction problem, and your final answer here is going to be negative. So just keep that in mind. It's negative. So it's basically 63 minus 32. We're just going to flip it though. That's 1, that's 3. So we're going to end up at negative 31 over 24. Change it to an improper fraction. 24 goes into 31 only one time, still negative, and 7 will be left over, 7 over 24. And the whole thing is negative. Now let's do it mixed numbers so you can see the difference. This is 1 whole, so that's 1 and 2/6. 1 whole, and 2, 3, 4, 5 eighths. So this is going to be 2 and 5 eighths. So first we just deal with the negative numbers, and that's basically 1 minus 2. That's going to be negative 1. And then we're going to deal with our whole numbers here, fractions, excuse me. 2, 6, 5, 8. 24, and 6 goes into 24 4 times, so that's going to be 8 over 24. 8 goes in there 3 times. That's going to be 15 over 24. And when you subtract these, that's still negative 7, 8. Excuse me, 7 over 24. So that's where the 7 over 24 comes, and it's still negative. So it's negative 7 over 24. So that's working with both improper fractions and mixed numbers. Now let's do it without the models. So I'm going to use just the mixed numbers. So we are going to negative 1 minus 2. That is going to get us negative 3. So keep that in mind. That's your whole number to begin with. And now we're going to deal with the fractions, which is 2/30, 2 over 30, and 4/12. So we have to find our LCD of 2 and 30, and 4 and 12. So 30, 12. That's 2 times 5 times 3. That's 2 times 2 times 3. And we get one set of 2s, one set of 3s, and a 2 and a 5. That's 6 times 10, so our LCD is 60. So we put our 60 here. 30 goes into 60 twice, so that becomes 4 over 60. 12 goes into 65 times, so that becomes 20 over 60. And you subtract, and that is 4 down 20. That's going to be negative 16 over 60. And you prime factor where you can. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. 2's cancel. 2's cancel. So our final answer is going to be negative 3. And 2 times 2 times 2 is 8 over 15. I'm going to show how this works with a practical application problem. Renata is sewing matching shirts for her husband or son. According to the pattern, she needs 2 3/8 yards of fabric for her husband, 1 1/4 yards of fabric for her son. Question number 1, how much fabric does she need? Question 2, if it costs $6.50 per square yard, how much money is she spending? So we have 2 3/8 for the husband, plus 1 1/4 for the son. We're just going to add the whole numbers first. That's 3. Leave that alone. Now we're going to deal with 3/8 plus 1/4. Our tiny home here is 8. So I have 3 5/8 yards needed, and it's going to cost $6.50 per yard. Per is times. So we have 3 3/5 times 6 1/2. To multiply using fractions, we need to change it to an improper fraction. 3 times 5 is 15, plus 3, that's going to be 18 over 5 times 2 times 6 is 12, plus 13, 13 over 2. We're going to prime factor here. 2 times 3, that's 18. That's times 13, which is already prime. 5 is already prime, and 2 is already prime. That's going to be 7 carry the 2. That's 117 divided by 5. You need to get that back to a mixed number because you're not used to thinking in money in the terms of improper fractions. So I'm going to go 117. 5 goes into 11 twice. That's 10 with 1 left over. 5 goes into 17. 3 times. 15s with 2 leftovers, so it is $23 and 2/5 of a dollar, which if you don't know, a fifth of a dollar is 20 cents. So it's going to be $23.40 is the money there.